everyone, Sonorgie here with a response to Dan at Dots and Loops. Dan, thank you for the warm welcome and commenting on my first video. It's much appreciated. And yeah, also for starting this great thread, giving us all the opportunity to show some of the gatefolds we like in our collections. Yeah, I really felt inspired to contribute after seeing responses, in particular by Rob Eisen. Thank you, Rob, for showing that Dr. John trifold. That was just incredible for me. It's a great record. I love it, and only have it on CD. But then there were others by Christopher Kibler, Alex Motoric 247 did one, and the other day Alan Static Traveler also contributed with a great video. Yeah, some of the stuff you guys showed will definitely end up on my shelves, so thank you all. Now I added some criteria to speed up the selection process, as I always seem to struggle with this. First, by avoiding to show records which were already shown or are most likely to be shown by other VC members who will eventually decide to give this a go. Like the Yeses, Genesis, Prince, Isaac Hayes, and all the classic gatefolds. And the second criteria was to select gatefolds only or mostly from the batch of records where the artwork bleeds over from one side to the other, like in this example. On either the exterior or interior, or in some cases on both. You will see I try to mix it up. And yeah, I have to keep this under 30 minutes. I have around 30 records. So I'll try to be as brief as possible. And starting up with Dead on Arrival, Virgin 76, great compilation featuring tracks by Captain Beefheart, Ken Bauman of Tangerine Dream. You have Hillage of Gong, Slap Happy, I love Slap Happy, Uri Iroy. And this was, I think, my introduction to Kevin Coyne and Derek and Clive. It was the first time I heard them. And also the ones that I didn't mention, was introduced to them all by this great compilation. Much love to all the vegetarians and vegans out there. This little buddy here loves you. Yeah, great copy. This also goes for a little bit of money, so I'm quite happy to have it. Charlie Parker's 10th Memorial Concert, another compilation, since we are celebrating Bird's centenary this year. This has illustrations by Ray London, executed in felt pens and colored inks on vellum, offset lithographs. It's a hand finished, textured paper, really nice touch. Great compilation. I bought this at a jazz fair, I think, a few years ago. Yeah, not the best shape, but it's definitely a keeper for me. Continuing with another compilation, Miles Davis, Big Fun, on Columbia, 96, originally 74, cover by Corky McCoy, who also created the artwork on Water Babies and on the corner. The story goes that Miles was owning Columbia a lot of money from advances and whatnot, so Tio Masuro was commissioned to put an album together of relatively recent recordings, and he went with 4 lengthy tracks recorded with varying lineups between 69 and 72. And I think Columbia was trying, to cash in on the on the success, of Mahavishnu Orchestra, Returned Forever, Weather Report, and the like, since members of those bands are sidemen here on this album. And This Will Take You Places is fantastic. Miles actually dismissed this one in a Downbeat interview in 74, but it might have been because Get Up With It, which was the other compilation that came after this one a few months later, was a PR strategy. But great one. Now, I thought, why not include Peter Hamill. I love Peter Hamill. The Silent Corner on the Empty Stage. It is a classic on Charisma, 74. Again. Artwork by Bettina Holz, who also did Chameleon in the Shadow of the Night, but I always preferred the artwork on this one. Beautiful. Brain Ticket, Cotton Woodhill. This is Belaphon, Hallelujah copy from 77. Artwork by Elso Schiavo, who worked with Le Corbusier, among others. Some of his works are in the MoMA collection and were also exhibited here at the Art Messe Karlsruhe a few years ago. You know, the music, I'm not crazy about it, but I think you all know Brain Ticket. What I'm crazy about though is Soft Machine, baby. This is 7 on CBS, covered by a Polish painter, photographer, and cover designer Roslav Szajbo, who moved to the UK and became the chief AD at CBS Records between 72 and 85. And before that, he was working for Musa exclusively, I think. Soft Machine. Never do this, guys. Never. Rassan Roland Kirk. I love Rassan. The Case of the Three-Sided Dream in audio color. Illustration by another Polish graphic designer and illustrator Stanislav Zagorski. Not to be confused with the Zagorski who worked for Musa, the Polish state-owned label again. Yeah, they have similar, actually, you know, it's the same name, Stanislav Zagorski, but yeah, there are different designers working from different locations. This Zagorski did worked from New York, and he mainly did artwork for Jazz Records, and the other one, yeah, working for Musa, was designing for for classical records. Brian Eno, Taking Tiger, Mountain by Strategy, Polydor, 77. Originally 74, again, you see a pattern there. Those are my years, 74, 73. Cover by German visual artist Peter Schmidt, who also did Another Green World, Before and After Science, and also Chukai's Der Osten ist Rot, which I have, but I don't think it's a gatefold, so I won't include it here. Now we have Chaos Quintet or Chaos. Nice Wortspiel there. Seite A, Seite A. This is FMP, Free Music Production, 91. If you don't know Günther Förg, please look him up. German painter, graphic designer, sculptor, photographer, all around incredible artist. This has a Tom Lee feel to it. They were friends, or yeah, they knew each other or worked together. I'm not sure, but yeah, his work is just really great. Look him up. Bretzi, Van Hove, Benning. This is also FMP, but from 73, but this is a reissue on Cienfuegos, which is a sub-label of the Austrian Trost label. Photographs by Dagmar Gebes, Christa Brötzmann, and artwork by Peter Brötzmann. And I could have included so many, but you know, I went with this one because it has Benning, and Benning is one of my favorite visual artists around this free improvised music scene. He and Brötzmann definitely stand out. And Peter worked on this book, which includes most of his graphic works. I don't think the paintings, but I'm not so crazy about the paintings. I saw them a few times, but yeah, this is really nice. Still available on the Wolke Verlag. Yeah, and Benning did a lot of work for ICP. He's a member of the ICP orchestra, and for other labels. Really unique language. He invented his own. Then we have the new jazz trio, page 1, MPS 9070. This is Manfred Shaw. Really great music on this one. Recording engineer Connie Plank, not recorded at MPS but the Renus Studio. Yeah, what can be said? Designed by Jörg Esteva, and as a parenthesis here, I almost made a response video a while ago to Jim at Rufus. Hello, Jim. Yes, because Jim had a thread, started a thread a while ago, 2 weeks ago or so, or maybe it's a month already, of a non-US jazz artists, I think, yes. And yeah, I actually started, I made a video, but I wasn't entirely happy with it, and I decided not to upload it, but I might do it one day. And this one would have made would have been included there. Really, really great music. Next up, Nicole Mitchell, Mandorla Waking 2, Emerging Worlds, FPE Records, which means for practically everyone. 2017. Cover by Damon Locks, also, by the way, a great musician himself, sound artist, collagist. You might check his live album called Where the Future Unfolds, which eventually led to the Full Black Monument Ensemble, consisting of 15 musicians, among them Ben Lamar Gay, who I thought was a newcomer, but yeah, I think he works for a while, but I just came across him 2 or 3 years ago. And Angel Bat David, whom you might know already, or if not, yeah, just you definitely should. And Nicole Mitchell, yeah, she put a lot of work into this, a lot of thought. Excellent record. The music's kind of, you know, I was a little bit underwhelmed, but just it's really, really interesting, and yeah, check it out and see for yourselves. Here we have Kenny Finnegan, The Tales People Tell. Yeah, one of the better coal mines from 2019. Photographs by Whitney Pelfrey, whose work was also used on other Finnegan's records, designed by Leroy Conroy. I love designers who, you know, give the graphic space to breathe. You know, you can not clustered with type everywhere. I mean, look at this. I mean, yeah, it's beautiful. And this is really, really quality packaging. Great music. Really give it a try if you were reluctant about coal mine. Give this one a try. This is probably one of the few full black on covers that I have. Emily Wardell, Full Firearms. This is a soundtrack for her film, the same title. Great use of photography, very minimal. Apparatic Stand, 2012. The soundtrack is so-so. She was exhibited here at the Badischer Kunstverein, and she was also present, and of course they screened the movie. And you know, whenever I encounter vinyl records or anything vinyl related in unexpected contexts or circumstances, I will grab. And yeah, in case, you know, I don't like it, then I will gift it to people. But in this case, yeah, that's a keeper. Tanya Muro. Again, great use of photography. This is an improvised piece she did in 2012. I bought it from the Centre Pompidou. They did a retrospective, live retrospective. She started working in the early 60s, you know, exploring multiple media, including painting, installation, photography, performance, video, sound art, quite. And there is a nice social context in all her work, very philosophical, and Yeah, she's quite a unique artist in a class of her own. I'm really happy to have this one. I think they came out also in different covers. This is one that I didn't see again. Here we have another great use of photography, Miles Davis Decoy, CBS 84, photography by Gilles Laurent, who also did a photography for Aura, which came a few years later. Designed by John Berg, who's an award-winning graphic designer, who was creative director at Columbia CBS at some point. Free Pen Eno, No Pussyfooting, Island Records 73, design photography by Willie Christie. Again, very, very well done. David Sylvian, of course, Gone to Earth, Virgin 86, artwork by multimedia artist Russell Mills, who won a few awards for his covers. He did for Eno, Peter Gabriel, Takemitsu, Naim and Harold Budd, and for his influential book covers also of Beckett, McEwen, Kandera, and many others. You gotta love David Sylvian, right? Dali's Car, one of my all-time favorite covers. I'm not sure this always touched me. The Waking Hour, Paradox Records 84, collaboration between Bauhaus singer Peter Murphy and Japan's bassist Mick Karn. The interior is not, but yeah, this is it. Look at this. Breathe in, take a moment. I might sip a little bit. Okay, what was that? Then we have Fleetwood Mac. Then Play On. Reprise 69. Painting by Maxwell Armfield. Inner gatefold photograph by designer Terence Ibett. Yeah, just pure beauty. Now for something else, Piani avec Spooky Tooth. This is Ceremony and Electronic Mass, Island Records 69. Artwork by the self-taught British artist, painter, illustrator John Holmes. I almost made a dedication there. Chunga's Revenge, Reprise 71, artwork, design, and typography done by Cal Schenkel. Yes, that Cal Schenkel worked from Zappa's Basement at some point, also responsible for Beefheart's Trout Mask replica, which I still don't have to this day, which is, yeah, long story. Then we have The Fall. This Nation's Saving Grace, Beggar's Banquet 85, covered by Danish-born painter Klaus Kastenkjold and photographer Michael Pollard or Michel Pollard. Was responsible for most of the Fall's record covers. Next up we have Fela, No Agreement, Barclay, France 80s. Artwork by Nigerian artist, illustrator and designer Gariok Vulemi. I not pronounce it right, but excuse me. Sam Rivers, The Quest on Pausa. This is from 77. A year prior was this was originally came out on Red Records in 76. A cover which I don't like. This one is way better in my opinion. Way more experimental. The interior kind of reminds of that, like a Milton Babbitt or something from the late 60s, early 70s, electronic, synthy. Great record. I love that trio. Looking forward to more Sam Rivers records now. Here we have Curtis Mayfield, Back to the World, Cartum 73. Fantastic music on this one. This shows the Glazer stencil. Typeface by Milton Glaser, whom we just lost. He passed away a few months ago. With an illustration by fashion designer Gary Volkowitz. It's nice. I do have my issues with this rainbow, although it's part of the concept. I think it kind of ruins it. It's too much, you know, too clustered. This is what I mean, you know. Here it's a little bit better, but yeah, fantastic music on this one. I mean, you gotta love Curtis. I was thinking to post this on IG, but didn't come to do it. I might do it soon. Pharoah Sanders, Tembi on Impulse from 71. One of my favorite living artists, composers, and human beings. October 10th, Sanders will be 79 years young, and this copy is also from 79 or 78. Yeah, somewhere there. And it has photography by Philip Melnick, Californian photographer. And by the way, my sympathy goes out to all California friends undergoing fires and yeah, just heat stroke temperatures. Jesus, you know, the next president must make climate change a top priority, you know, otherwise I don't know. Hopefully everybody will vote accordingly. And yeah, a few days ago, one of my colleagues in Berkeley sent me a set of videos recorded at 7 or 9 a.m. From 7 to 9 a.m. in the morning. And absolutely terrifying. Like everything was red, you know. He told me, you know, they can't breathe. It's just terrifying. So yeah, please take care, everyone. Here we have Sun Ra, Astro Black, Impulse 73, design and layout by Tim Bryant of Gribbet. Well-known design agency, I think. The illustration is done by Ed Scarisbrick. I had to include Sun Ra, not Space is the Place. I think that's a go-to record. Yeah, like, yeah, you know, this music changed my life. So, no brainer. Now I will round it up with a few classical records. Here we have Henry Pousseur, Pierre Bartholomé on the Virgo series, Studio Reihe Neue Musik, done by a German graphic designer Günther Stiller. He was also an illustrator. He did pioneering work for the use of offset printing in the 60s. He illustrated also many book covers of Rimbaud, Brecht, Baudelaire, Grasse. Yeah, this is how I like my classical records to look like. Yeah, just very clean. And actually, you know, like in the 70s, he combined, you know, that variegated pattern of color squares with titles in Gill Sands, and those were the records for Nono, Ligeti, maybe Varese. I'm not sure. If you go on Discogs and look up Virgo, you will see them, and they are pretty well known. But this type of design is still my favorite because this kind of has its roots and goes back, you know, to Éditions Gallimard of the Gallimard dynasty in France, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, publishers in France, where yeah, their white is king. Yeah, that's sober, you know, and white graphics of the NRF that we know today already exists since the beginning of the 20th century. So yeah, this was under André Gide's wish to clean up literature. And there is definitely a connection there, if you know what I mean. Fantastic music. Then we have Constantine Regani. This is on the Swiss label cooperative from Lausanne, dedicated to presenting Swiss composers, but not only. I mean, look at this, you know, this is grand class. This is less is more, you know. really well done. This is a series, just great. And I thought I might show you because I don't have any, but you know, here for example, you know, I wish I could find this type of gatefold, but you know, it's not, they don't show up so often. I mainly buy, you know, offline, and I started collecting classical only a few years ago, so this book is fantastic. Look it up if you're interested. And now closing it up with Schönberg's Görelieder with an illustration by Edvard Munch. Und der Wind schüttelt spottend nieder auf sie Hafenschlag und Becherklang und Liebeslieder, und sie schwinden und seufzen. Unsere Zeit ist um. And yes, our time is up. And the least we can do is wave to each other. Yeah, so that's that for me. I will be back in a few days with a review of Hancock's Taking Off as part of the Blue Note 4000 project series here in the VC. Until then, everybody take care, please, and yeah, bye bye.